26 books for 2026. Let's do this. Is this just enabling buying more books? Maybe. Yeah, possibly. I saw someone else do this video, 26 books that they wanted to read in 2026, and I thought, I want to do that. I definitely want to do that. There's a few books that I haven't read, that I got either this year or a couple of years ago, but I think most of them are from 2025. The rest of them are books that I don't own, that I do want to get, but are books that I am interested in. Some are new releases, others have been out for a while. Let's just start with the first one. It is The Will of the Many by James Islington. I have had this. I got this in 2025, I think. I believe. Anyway, I've had it for a while, haven't read it. It was on my 2025 reading list and I didn't get to it. I think it's not only because it is big, but the font's really small, so I do know that I need either a week that I am not really doing much to read it, or just read it really, really slowly, which I don't love doing because I just get really discouraged when I'm reading slowly, even though I'm a slow reader. But yeah, I get really discouraged. I have heard wonderful, wonderful things about this book here on BookTube. A lot of people love it. So yeah, this is a priority. I will leave the links of the books down in the description so that you can check them out if you want to. The next one that I want to read is The Devils by Joe Abercrombie. Again, I have heard really, really good things about it, and I haven't read any Joe Abercrombie, and it's one of those authors that keeps being talked about here on BookTube when it comes to fantasy and how well he is doing and how good his books are. I believe it's a series, but it is only the first book out, so I thought, okay, this is a good way of getting into his books. Let's just read it. And he does have another series that is beloved here, so I will definitely check that out if I like this. But yes, The Devils. So the next one is I Who Have Never Known Men by Jacqueline Hartman. 14 women live imprisoned in a cage. Watched over by guards, the women have no memory of how they got there, no notion of time, and only a vague recollection of their lives before. That's it. I don't want to know anything else. That's all. It sounds interesting. I have heard really, really good things about it, and I am trying to dip my toes a little bit more into literary fiction. I have done it this year a little bit. What I have read, for the most part, I have enjoyed, so I do want to continue. Really good ratings. People seem to love it, so I thought, okay. And I also think it's short, which is good because the majority of this are long, especially the next one, which I have had for a while. And I should read Priory of the Orange Tree. This is bigger than The Will of the Many. This is massive. I have read Samantha Shannon before. I read, what was it? Is it the Bone Season series? Most of it. I kind of lost track of that series, and I really remember enjoying it, so maybe I should read it as well this year, or reread it and finish it. But Priory of the Orange Tree is a massive book that has been on my bookshelves for a while, so definitely one that I want to tackle and read. And it has dragons in it, and I haven't read anything with dragons in a few months actually. So yes. Okay, back to my want to read list. The next one is Red City by Mary Lou. I haven't read Mary Lou in such a long time. So Mary Lou wrote a series that I loved when I was a teenager, and it is the Young Elite series. Haven't read it. It's one of those books that I'm a little bit scared to revisit because sometimes the books you read when you're a teenager are not the best, and when you read them when you're in your 30s, you might think, oh yeah, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Just keep the good memories. But anyway, she has a new book coming out, which is Red City, and I don't know anything about it. I saw Mary Lou, and I thought, I haven't read one of her books in years. I'm going back in. I don't need to know anything. I just want to read it. So the next one that I want to read is The Coin by Jasmine Saher. Probably butchering that, I'm really sorry. This is, again, literary fiction, one of the books that I want to read. So the little blurb that it says is about a young Palestinian woman unraveling far from home as she gets caught up in a scheme reselling Birkin bags. I think we should all be reading more Palestinian books. It has mixed ratings, but I have heard good things about it and I want to try it. So again, I think it's small, so that's also good. So the next one is a book by an author that I have never read before, and it's not really a genre that I gravitate towards a lot. It is a mystery thriller, and it is The Ending Writes Itself by Evelyn Clark. And the synopsis is basically, I think, a bunch of authors go into the house of this incredibly famous and wealthy author, and when they get there, they realize that the author is dead. Desperate to publish the novel, the agent has summoned all the writers and hoping that one of them is worthy to finish the novel that the dead author has not finished. But they have a time limit, and I'm assuming since they're all going to be kind of sequestered in this house, it's going to be like a locked-in situation. I don't know. It sounds interesting. I haven't read a book like that in quite a while. And the ones that I have read can either go very predictable or just very fun. So I'm hoping it's fun. I'll let you know. The next one that I want to read is called Exit Party, and it is by Emily St. Joan Mandel, which she wrote Station 11, which I read many, many years ago. I read it before the pandemic. And then when the pandemic happened, I thought, oh, wow, that's yay. But it was dystopian and post-apocalyptic kind of book, and I really, really enjoyed it when I read it. So it's one of those authors that I have read something by her, I have enjoyed. I don't really need to know anything about this book other than I want to read it and see what happens. The next two are by the same author, and they are We Love You, Bunny and Rouge, which I have right here. This is a recent purchase, both of them by Mona Awad, who wrote Bunny, a book that I didn't think I liked. I need to reread to honestly make up my mind, because I like it, I don't like it, I keep thinking about it. I think that's a mark of a great book if you keep thinking about it like that, but I think I need to reread it to just make up my mind at some point. So in 2026 I will reread that, but I picked up Rouge and then We Love You, Bunny, which is the continuation from Bunny. I have seen very, very mixed things about We Love You, Bunny. People saying that Bunny was their favorite book. They absolutely loved it. And then they read We Love You, Bunny, and it was not great. I want to read it by myself. I want to read it and see for myself what I think about it. Also reread Bunny, because I need to make up my mind about this book. It cannot be one of those situations where I just keep changing my mind about it. Although, I mean, it's fine, but it's annoying. I don't know. If you have read Bunny, just please let me know what you thought, because I don't know. I really don't know right now. Also, if you would let me know some of the books that you want to read in 2026, if you have made a TBR, or if there's a book that is going to be released that you're thinking, oh, I want that, let me know, because I'm, of course, always looking for other books. We can add more to the 26. It's fine. The next one is a book to Beloved. I haven't heard people talk about it recently because it was really, really hyped when it came out and everyone loved it. And it is My Year of Rest and Relaxation, or The Year of Rest and Relaxation. I think it's My Year. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. I feel like it was everywhere for a while and I avoided it because everyone was talking about it. And sometimes I have this millennial hipster in me, which I hate, which is, oh no, everyone's talking about it, I'm not gonna do it. Just so annoying. It is very annoying because it might be a really good book. But it happens a lot with movies and TV shows. Like, people just are like, oh my god, we all love this TV show, it's great. And I'm like, I'm not gonna watch that. Although with TV shows it's different because I just rewatch the same stuff over and over. It doesn't matter. I just rewatch the same stuff over and over again. I barely watch any new stuff. Yeah, I want to see what the fuss was about a long time ago. And I am one of those people who just goes back to older books, which for the algorithm and for being, relevant on this, it's not great, but I enjoy going back to older books by authors. Yeah, like a backlist kind of thing. Yeah, really like that. The next two are by the same author that I have never read and heard wonderful things about it. So it is Nettle and Bone and Snake Eater, both by T. Kingfisher. T. Kingfisher I have heard good things about, and it's sort of like a horror author. Nettle and Bone, again, was one that was very, very popular a few years ago, and I saw that she's releasing Snake Eater soon-ish, either in 2026 or it has just been released, something like that. So it's an author that I want to get into, and these two books are the ones that I just want to start with. I don't know why. If you have any recommendations by T. Kingfisher that you have read, and you think, oh, I think it's best if you start with something else, let me know and I will add it to the list. And just, if you think something's better to start, I will take your recommendation. The next one is Uncharmed by Lucy Jane Wood. I love Lucy, honestly. Just her in general. I have been watching her for years and years. Yeah, I'm just so proud that she wrote yet another book. I think she has another one coming out in 2026. So add that to the list. Yes, 100%. This is a no-brainer. Again, don't need to know. I just want to read it. The next one is actually similar to Taking Fisher. It's an author that I have never read before and want to get into, have heard wonderful things about it. And so I thought I would start with All Systems Red by Martha Wells. I have seen a lot of people talk about this, saying that it's really, really good. So it's an author that I think has a lot of books out, a lot. So I want to start with this, see where it goes, see what happens. I trust BookTube with this. It feels like the sort of book I would love. I don't know. I really, really don't know. I've always been curious about this author and their books, so I'm gonna give them a go in 2026. I should have put the books in order in this list I've made because it's not. It's a mess. My goal to be more organized in 2025, it didn't pan out really well. An author that I have never read before, and the way I found this book, it's on Goodreads, which I know it's not great, I know, but the feature of new releases kind of works sometimes. Anyway, it's called The Cold House by A.J. Slater. And it says here, when Evelyn's husband and young daughter die in a car crash, she finds out nothing is quite what she thought. Secrets, lies, and grief collide in this funny, tragic, intimate, and utterly compelling horror novella. Sounds weird? I want to be scared by a book. I don't know why, and I thought that might do. Speaking of horror, the next one that I want to read is one that I found in a charity shop. I have had it for a while, but never picked it up. I don't know why. Cover is beautiful. And it is 100 hair-raising little horror stories. And it is a compilation of a ton of tiny horror tales. And when I mean tiny, I mean some of them are 1 page, some others are 2 pages or a page and a half. I don't know. I've had it for a while and I thought, yeah, why not? I want to read this. I want to see what's up. And it has authors that I have never heard, but it also has Edgar Allan Poe or Washington Irwin. A lot of people I have never heard of. So I thought it may also just be a good little stepping stone to dip in my toes a little bit in horror. Because sometimes you just want to read something that's gonna or scare you or creep you out. I don't know. The next one is a continuation of a series that I have already started and loved the first book. It was so good. And this is the second one, The Hunger of the Gods by John Wayne. Holy crap, the first one was so good. So good. Really, really enjoyed it. And I want to continue. This is the second one. I believe it's a misprint because it's just too tight here. But you know what? I like that. I like it when books have misprints, and if I can find a misprint of a book, I will buy it. I have a few that are either print backwards or the cover's in one language and then the inside is in another, and yeah, things like that. I really like that. It was very, very good. Intense, but incredibly worth it. This is the second one. It's big, but I feel like I will fly through it. The next one is Catabasis, which hold on. Have right here. Hello. Catabasis by R.F. Kuan. I got this 2025, didn't really get to it, so I went to read it this year. There's a couple of books that I should read before, or that I want to at least read a little bit before, and I have mentioned this recently in a book haul because I did buy it recently. I have heard mixed things about it. Some people love it, some people really just did not care for it. Really inspired or kind of based on Dante's Inferno, or it just plays a really, really big role, so that's something that I want to read before I read this. Got a special edition, which even if I don't like the book that much, at least the art is beautiful. The next one that I want to read is another author that I have never read before. I am really trying to find new authors I like for 2026. This is Grave Empire by Richard Swan, and I believe it is the first book in a series called The Great Silence. I'm going to read you a little bit of the synopsis, which is what really interests me, and it is a fantasy horror kind of book. It says here, a new age of exploration and innovation has dawned, and the Empire of the Wolf stands to take its place as the foremost power in the known world. Glory and riches await, but dark days are coming. A mysterious plague has broken out in the pagan kingdoms in the north, while in the south, the Empire's proxy war in the lands of the Wolfmen is weeks away from total collapse. Worse still is the message brought to the Empress by two heretics monks, who claim to have lost contact with the spirits of the afterlife. The monks believe that this is the start of an ancient prophecy heralding the end of days, the Great Silence. Well, it sounds like a lot of political intrigue mixed with magic and possibly werewolves and war. So I love that. If you mix magic with political intrigue and a country in turmoil, those are the things that are just, I love those books. I really love those books. If you have recommendations of books like that, I will just eat them up. Let me know, please. But, oh, my favorite. I love those. Nearing the end of the list, the next one is The Book That Wouldn't Burn. I have had this for a while. This is by Mark Lawrence. I have heard really wonderful things about it, and I believe it is set in a library. So what more do I have to say? I need to read this. I need to just tackle it because, again, I've had it for a while and it is embarrassing at this point to have so many books that I haven't read that have been just sitting here. Again, very popular here on BookTube. I have heard a lot of people talk about it. Okay, the next one is called The Tainted Cup by Robert Jackson Bennett. Have never read anything by him. It has pretty good ratings. It will be linked down below just in case you want to read the full thing, but it really caught my attention when it says here that in a mansion, a high imperial officer lies dead, killed to all appearances, when a tree spontaneously erupts from his body. What is that? What? How? I mean, so many questions already. And they call someone who is a brilliant investigator to investigate what happened, but apparently she is going to be accompanied by someone that may not be very reliable or that uses magic. I don't know. It seems to be kind of like a sort of mishmash group of people that are going to go on a quest or trying to find answers to what happened. And I'm hoping that there's a little bit more of political intrigue since it is an imperial officer, the one that died at the beginning. I don't know. It sounds intriguing. I want to give it a try at least. The next one is one that I have had for a while, have heard wonderful things about it. People love it here. And it is The Sword of Kaigan and by M.L. Wang. Yeah, it sounds great. It sounds like something I would love. And the people that I have rated highly are people that I usually trust to recommend books that I would also like. It says here, better to die sharp in the war than rust through a time of peace. Okay, sure. I need to get to this. It's, again, embarrassing how long it's been. The next one, I got it more recently. It hasn't been here that long. It is The Last Family in England by Matt Haig. I have read many books by Matt Haig, and for the most part, I really enjoy them. They always make me think, reflect on everything. So I saw this at the bookstore and I thought, I'm gonna pick it up. Don't need to know anything, just I need to read it. The next one is My Brilliant Friend by Elena Ferrante. Again, a little bit of literary fiction. I read Days of Abandonment a couple of years ago and loved it. It is about heartbreak of a woman's marriage ending, but it gets dark. It gets into a depressive episode. Like, it's, yeah, a bit brutal. I read it at a time where things were changing a lot. And I don't know, I felt it really deeply. My Brilliant Friend is one that I believe was turned into a movie or a TV series or something. I have not seen it, will not see it, but I want to read it. I want to read something else by Elena Ferrante. I want to see if I connect to it as well. I don't know. Curiosity is the name of the game. And the last one is one that I'm very excited to pick up because I read the first one recently and adore it. It was one of my favorite books of 2025. and it is Harold the Ninth, which is the second book in the Gideon the Ninth series. Gideon the Ninth has always been explained, or not explained, but they always say here it is lesbian necromancers in space. And I feel like that is a good description. It's one of those books that I just cannot keep putting off any longer because I will forget what happened in Gideon, and that cannot happen. There is another book by an author that I have already read and loved. Her name is Gail Honeyman, trying to say that right. She wrote Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine. Love that book. One of my absolute favorites. It's untitled, so we don't know anything, and it might be coming out in July of this year, 2026. So hopefully that would be on the list as well. I think that is the end of the list. Hopefully while I'm editing this, there will be 26 books. I did write numbers on the list, but when I remember, there's a second book by this author that I want to read, so I just kept crossing the numbers and going back. Anyway, the disorganization shows everywhere. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.